Texas League Baseball starts right now here in South Texas. And now here is the star of the show, the one, the only, Johnny Baker. Thank you there, Bobby, and we'd like to welcome you into the live broadcast on this Sunday evening, as it is the final game between the visiting Springfield Cardinals and your San Antonio Missions. Well, we all know that tomorrow is back to school as our youngins get ready to head back for a new school year. And so far, going to be a pretty good one as they get ready to load up the bus and parents take them to school, pack their lunches, and so far, kids get ready to learn on this brand new school year. Well, that is August 10th tomorrow, and so far, classes start at 9 o'clock. Some will have to be in a little early, especially if your youngin goes to elementary school. They have to be in at 7:45 to 8 o'clock, so that will be the first time the bell will ring, and get them to class on time before that tardy bell rings. So far, pretty good on that. Well, anyway, tonight is Bark in the Park Sunday here at the ballpark. Our pet supply place is involved, Petco, PetSmart, and also our West Creek Trail Rides organization. You can check us out at 12230 West Creek Oaks Drive here in San Antonio. And so far, book your online reservation at www.westcreektrailrides.com or just give them a call, 210-616-6585. That is the owner's phone number to get in touch with Miss Lana. Well, anyway, going to have a pretty nice evening here as we wrap up the two teams' converging play today. Springfield will head home, and so far I do believe that they will take on Northwest Arkansas. So that would be pretty good as we start the new week. And San Antonio will head to Frisco to take on the Frisco Rough Riders. Corpus Christi heads to Wichita. Midland heads to Amarillo. Arkansas heads to Tulsa. Northwest Arkansas heads to Springfield. San Antonio heads to Frisco. That is the new week of August 11th here in this one. But anyway, pretty good as we get ready to go here tonight. And so far, the kids will have to be home. And, well, they could come out one last time as they will run the bases. And so far, pretty good. But it's also a good thing that they'll come out during the weekends because basically Friday night, Saturday night, pretty good times to come out. But Sunday evening is when parents will have to get ready to pack up their lunches and to get the young ones off to the bus stop as getting ready for the new school year and, getting things ready. But tonight, it's kids getting in bed early and making sure that they're getting their good night rest before the first day of school tomorrow. And so far, that's all that matters is making sure that they have plenty of rest. Well, anyway, partly cloudy skies as we get into the evening. Temperature is 103 right now. It is very hot, so make sure you guys drinking plenty of water, staying hydrated. And also for the Bark in the Park tonight, make sure you bring water for your four-legged furry friend as they join you here this evening. And so far, make sure everybody stays hydrated. Well, anyway, pretty good night here thus far. Right, Bobby? Yep, I got to say, Johnny, just like the two ball clubs in the series, they have done exceptionally well San Antonio and Springfield, two of the best here in the Texas League. And so far, pretty much good to go. That is right there, Bobby. Well, anyway, we do have some final scores. Midland beats Frisco 5-4. Arkansas beats Amarillo 5-2. And then Wichita, oh my goodness, 6-3 the final in Northwest Arkansas. Corpus Christi and Tulsa fixing to go here tonight. Springfield and San Antonio as well. Getting ready for the final four teams of today to get their ball games off and running here this evening. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get started as we present this game here tonight. And so far, going to be a pretty good finale of the two teams here today. Well, Mission's back to their home white uniforms. And Springfield to their reds. What's that right there? A pretty good one. Well, tonight's starting pitcher, Ty Adcock, a right-handed starter, is on the mound for San Antonio. You look at the ERA at a 3 even mark, 35-7 and a strikeout rate. What's that right there? Pretty good for the starter. Left fielder Zach Levittson is on first for Springfield. And we say 3 magic words of all time. Let's play ball. The first pitch. And away we go as that one is swung on and missed. And it's 0-1. First pitch time at 7:05. Right on the money, on time on a school night. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, and that one is high fly in the air. Straightaway center. And Kai Roberts after it makes the play. There's 1 down. With that, let's give the last time starting lineups. The Springfield Cardinals, Levittson, Bencho, Baez, Page, Ortiz, Petrucci, Ragsdale, Rodriguez, and Richardson III will round it out for the visiting Springfield Cardinals. Final road trip of today here at Nelson Wolff Stadium in San Antonio. Juan Bencho coming in, and here's the pitch. That one in for a strike. It's 0-1. 1 away, nobody on in the top half of the first inning. Great crowds coming in as everybody gets going for tonight's matinee, and so far it is a school night. It is a work night. Everybody has to be in bed. So hopefully the game will be pretty good. That is right there, swung on and missed, and that is out number 2. The first strikeout goes to Ty Adcock. I am pretty good about that. Final score in Northwest Arkansas, the Wichita Wind Surge win it 6-3. And that is inside for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on for the visiting Springfield Cardinals. That one right there, and it swings and misses after it. No balls and 2 strikes. Don't forget, we come back from Frisco. We got the visiting Northwest Arkansas Naturals in town, starting Tuesday, August 18th through the 23rd. And then our road trip to Springfield right after that. No balls, 2 strikes. Right there. Line drive, base hit to right. What a way to getting on, and so far pretty good on top of that. 2-out base runner gets to first base, which that is always good on that. Trey Page coming in. He'll take a strike inside. It's 0-1. Boy, full house tonight as kids get ready to return to the classrooms tomorrow. Yeah, you were crying like a baby yesterday. I was, wasn't I?
You were like, I don't want to go back to school.
Well, you got to learn and get straight A's, but up to the center field area, Kai Roberts will make the play to end the inning. No runs are on a hit, no errors, and one left for Springfield. And we go now to the bottom half of the first inning. It's no score through half an inning. Then we'll be right back here in this one as our starting pitcher for Springfield will come in, and we'll be ready to go here in this one. About set to go for the bottom half of the first inning for the Missions right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Right-handed reliever Randall Clemente is on the mound now for the Springfield Cardinals. And so far, Bob, the scouting report looks phenomenally well. The four-seam 94 slider, changeup, slurve, and a sinker coming into Randall Clemente's reservoir. The shortstop is Francisco Acuna as he comes in to take a strike inside, 0-1. So far, few clouds tonight, but getting up, it'll be mostly cloudy, getting into first day of school and parents getting out to go out and work. One ball, one strike the count now. Road trip on Monday. Going to Dallas. That one is high fly in the air up to right field. And that is out number one. All right, time to pull up those starting lineups for San Antonio here tonight. Acuna, Roberts, and Murphy, Sanabria, Carpathio, Sungan, Mondu, Linares, and Castañon rounded out for San Antonio tonight. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. Just a great crowd tonight is getting in. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one outside, 1-0. Few clouds from time to time, but today obviously hot. You know that there, Bobby. Well, I tell you one thing, the temperatures are always going to be hot because August is the most hot month of them all. And September, October, even November and December. I mean, you look at San Antonio, we barely get a winter. Hardly any coldness that may come down here. Well, especially during New Year's night into New Year's Day. Getting into a new year. Well, especially what happened in January this year. Well, end of January, I would say. It got pretty chilly. Icicles everywhere. Freezing weather. Have to leak the pipes and stuff. Make sure they don't freeze over. Well, your dad taught you well when you get on your run there, Johnny. My dad says, son, always remember, if you have freezing weather in your forecast, make sure you pay attention, leak your plumbing, and you are good to go. Right there, line drive. That is a base hit. And Robert's going to second, and he's there to a one-out double. And that's a double meat cheeseburger coupons courtesy of Whataburger. Ty Murphy coming in now, the left fielder. Always good to leak your pipes and stuff. Make sure they don't burst. Right there, line drive straight to third. In time, out at first for out number 2. But if you don't leak your pipes, guess what happens? Yeah, your pipes will break. Yeah, they will. They will burst. Romeo Sanabria, the first baseman, comes in. Yeah, and that would be a lot of money to get those things replaced. Especially if you live in an apartment. And most definitely, that would be a lot of money to pay out of pocket to repair those said items. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left as we go to the second inning. No score through 1. So I'll be right back here in this one as we lead it off with Daniel Ortiz to lead it things off for Springfield when we come back. Well, we're about set to go for the top half of the second inning for Springfield. Right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Daniel Ortiz coming in, 5'6", due up against Ty Adcock, the starting pitcher tonight for the Missions. Takes that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. No score through 1 already. As we go to the second. And that one is in for a strike. It's 0-2. So far, just a nice hot weekend. We've been out to the ranch. up there to the left field area as Kai Murphy goes after it. Makes a play, and there's one down.
So you watered all the horses? You make sure everybody had plenty of water?
Yep, and I made sure that we were standing along with our visitors, making sure that everybody was nicely comfortable on them horses.
Oh, that's nice. So, how much is it to ride a horse?
Well, there at West Creek, we charge $50, and so far, our military personnel gets the sweet discount when they show the proof of their military ID, and so far, we knock off that sweet 10%.
So they'd be $40?
That's right. Good job there, Bobby. High in the air, straightaway center, up, out, and second. In center is Ty Roberts. He'll make the play for out number 2. Josiah Ragsdale, the center fielder, comes in. Here's a pitch to him. And that's in for a strike, 0-1.
So anybody could ride.
That's for sure. No balls and 1 strike. High in the air, near second. The shortstop, Francisco Acuna, under that one, and he makes the play. Nothing doing. And so far, 2.5 innings worth of no score as we head for the bottom of the second coming up. So we'll be right back as Braden Carpathios leads it off for the Missions when we come back.
Well, we go to the bottom half of the second inning for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network.
Braden Carpathios, 5'6", due up against Rondel Clemente as he takes outside for ball 1-0. Beautiful evening, right, Bobby?
Yeah, gotta say, Johnny, it is.
That one right there, a swing and a miss. It's the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Change up outside. The count now 1-2. 2 homestands left. Northwest Arkansas and Midland. 2 teams that will come to San Antonio for the last times 2026. Slurve is right there, and now for number 1. Braden Carpathios not happy about that, as that will be out number 1. He gets rung up to drive for the strikeout. The designated hitter is Clay Dungan as he comes in. Takes a ball. 1-0 the count. So far, 2 weeks from today, we take on Northwest Arkansas. Pretty nice to see those two. Well, should I say, that one ball club that comes in from Springdale. High in the air, straightaway center. All the way to the warning track, makes the catch. And that is out number 2. Third baseman Nate Mondu comes in. So far, San Antonio next year goes to Springdale. What's that would be pretty good. That ball is outside. The count now 1-0. But when you look at it, that will be after a 6-game set with Amarillo there at Water Ridge Field. Count now 1-1. So we'll start off the season with a 3-game series against Amarillo, 6 with Midland, 6 with Frisco, 12 on the road with Amarillo and Northwest Arkansas. We're back home on May the 4th. That is taking on 6 against the Midland Rockhounds, 6 with Springfield, and then 12 at home with Corpus Christi. Right there, that will be right there. And that is out number 3. So that will be the side retired. No runs hit to Rivers. Nobody left on. 3rd inning coming up. No score. The catcher is Rainiel Rodriguez. He comes in for the 3rd inning. Having 6 with Corpus Christi, 6 with Frisco. And then getting on the road and head to Midland right after that. Back home on Tuesday, June 8th through the 13th, taking on the Arkansas Travelers here at home. Then it'll be a road trip to Frisco, coming back, taking on Amarillo, and then heading on the road to take on Arkansas. Final 6 games of the first half next year's against the Midland Rockhounds. And then we will have our 4 days being off, and then a road trip to Amarillo for a short 3-game series. We're back home on Tuesday, July 20th through the 25th, taking on the visiting Springfield Cardinals. And then we head to Corpus Christi right after that for a 6-game set. We're back on Tuesday, August 3rd through the 8th, taking on the visiting Tulsa Drillers. And then we head to Frisco. And then back on the 17th through the 22nd against Corpus Christi. And then our one and only 6-game series there in Wichita, taking on the Wind Surge. Missions back on Tuesday, August 31st through September 5th, taking on the visiting Northwest Arkansas Naturals. And then we close it off in Corpus Christi. And right there and in for a code strike. It's 1-1. Trey Richardson, the third, comes in. So far, wanted to give everybody a good look on the 2027 schedule for next year.
Now batting, left fielder, number 4.
But anyway, a pretty good one at well. We'll have 4 North Division teams come next year. Springfield, Northwest Arkansas, Tulsa, and Arkansas coming next year. Wichita, the only team that doesn't go to San Antonio next year. Zach Levittson coming in. Will take inside for a strike. 0-1. Amarillo, Frisco, Midland, Corpus Christi, Springfield, Northwest Arkansas, Tulsa, and Arkansas coming next year. Here's the 0-1, and that one chopped foul, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And here's the pitch. That one yanked foul, 100 miles an hour. By golly, that cock is getting pretty good. Getting into that windup. Swing and a miss, they got him. So that's 3.5 innings, no score. And we go now to the bottom of the third for the San Antonio Missions. It's no score through 3.5. And we're back right after this as we'll have a left-handed reliever coming in for Springfield right after our breaks.
Well, we're about set to go for the next half inning of Missions Baseball right now. Missions Baseball Network.
Thank you, Bobby. Left-handed reliever Mason Milana is on as he gets the start for Springfield. Milana now pitching for the Springfield Cardinals.
Number 4.
The catcher is Oswaldo Linares as he comes in and takes that one outside. Boy, that will back him off the plate a little bit. 1-0. Don't want to get drilled by a pitch like that. That one is high fly in the air, straight away up to right field. Not in time, and that right fielder for Springfield will fall to his belly. And that is a foul ball. That one will get down right there up to right field, and that is through for the single. And now Linares is on first base. And here is our rehab assignment, Marcos Castañon, as he'll take a strike inside, 0-1. Well, he came all the way from the San Diego Padres on Friday to do rehab in San Antonio. He's going to be with us, hopefully, for the rest of the year. Ethan Salas getting up into the major leagues as of yesterday. So far, the next batter we're thinking of is Albert Fabian, who literally has been in Major League Baseball, and he wrote a letter to us saying he's enjoying himself being up in the big leagues, which that's really good. Right there, line drive, that is through for a hit. And now that'll be second and third and one away. And Acuna getting that double, which that is pretty good too.
Yeah, you can see where that ball drops. And that was right inside the line and claimed to be the fairest ball of them all.
Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. Takes that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. 1-for-1 double last time around. So far, just a nice evening here in San Antonio, right, Bobby?
Gotta say, Johnny, you're absolutely right.
Right there, ground ball. Out number one, but the run is in to score. Now San Antonio takes the lead 1-0.
Well, what a way to get something going. To get that first run of the game, that's always important to get that one going.
Left fielder Kai Murphy coming in. He is 0-for-1 to the ground out. And that one's going to be right there, up to center field. That ends the half inning. A run for the out, which that is good. So a run on 2 hits, no errors. And they leave one on. We go to the fourth. San Antonio leads it 1-0. Fourth inning coming up as Juan Ben Cho comes in for Springfield. And we'll be right back here in this one.
Well, top half of the fourth inning for Springfield right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Juan Bancho coming up now for Springfield. First pitch by Ty is out of play, and that goes foul, 0-1. The 0-1 offering. High pop up straight away. Nate Mondu looks at it, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, shortstop, number 23.
Well, the shortstop is Jose Baez, a shortstop coming in. Getting confused with the San Antonio shortstop to the Springfield shortstop. Oh, boy. Jesus Baez coming in, 0-1 the count. But you know, Francisco Acuna being a pretty good shortstop. Much glad he's back on the roster after the ankle injury he got in Tulsa. During the start of this year, it's been really rough for him when he literally got that ankle injury and was out April, May, June, and half of July. And then his doctor said, hey, you know, you could get going back in the Texas League and play baseball and work your way up. Just be careful.
Number 11.
So pretty good on that. Yeah, I remember that. Trey Page coming in, 2 down and nobody on. San Antonio leading this game by a run, 1-0 in the fourth inning. No balls, 1 strike the count. Here's the pitch to him. And that's in for a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that is a 1-2-3 half inning. Side retired. No runs, hits, or errors for the Springfield Cardinals. We go bottom of 4. And it's San Antonio 1-0. Romeo Sanabria comes in as 0 for 1 a flyout last go round. As we go into the bottom half of the fourth inning for San Antonio. And that slider is outside 1-0. Boy, I tell you one thing. Just a beautiful evening on our last game here tonight. That one fouled off. It's 1-1. Well, we're up in Frisco next week. We're back 2 weeks from today, taking on Northwest Arkansas. 6-game set with the Naturals, all the way from Springdale, Arkansas. And right there, that is out number 1.
Right fielder, number 22.
Which that is pretty good. Don't forget our 4 North Division teams coming next year, and I've said it just a little while ago, is Arkansas, Springfield, Tulsa, and Northwest Arkansas coming. The next team that will not come to San Antonio next year is Wichita. Wind Surge pretty much out of the contest coming to San Antonio, but there will be a 6-game set when San Antonio heads to Wichita. Close to the end of that second half next year. Then back home to take on Northwest Arkansas. Then back to finish it off in Corpus Christi right after that. Yeah, that would be a really interesting outlook to see how things go next year. 2 down and nobody on. Here is designated hitter Clay Duncan. Takes that one outside, 1-0 the count. Here's a 1-0 offering. That one is a high pop up third base. And that is out number 3, as that will be the side retired. So no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on. And we go to the 5th inning. It is a 1-0 ball game. San Antonio leads it. Well, we're back as Daniel Ortiz will
lead it off for the Springfield Cardinals when we come back here in this one.
Well, we're just about set to go for the top half of the fifth inning right now for the Missions Baseball Network.
Leading it off for Springfield to the fifth inning we go is Daniel Ortiz is 0 for 1. Wind up and the pitch, and that one is outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 offering. High in the air, up to right field. Under it is Carpathios. He makes the grab, and that is out number 1. Well, you look at the pitch arsenal for Ty Adcock. His 63 percentage has been for four-seam fastball for strikes, which that is really exceptional.
Got to say there, Johnny, he's doing really well for San Antonio tonight. He's got to keep that strong momentum going as we go through into the later innings.
And now Ian Pittridge coming in. 0-1 the count now as that one is thrown in for a strike. Got fans watching from Springfield, Missouri. Welcome in from South Texas.
Nope.
That one is outside, 1-1. Always nice to see the Cardinal fans and San Antonio fans alike. That one high fly in the air up to left field is Kai Murphy, and he'll make the play for out number 2. Going to be a lot of 3 up, 3 down innings, it looks, but so far you look at it, these guys come in to play, and they know the objective is to win the ball game and head home. Springfield, as I said in the new week, takes on Northwest Arkansas there at Blue River. San Antonio goes their separate way going to Frisco at Statesman's Park. 0-1. Right there, line drive, and that is caught by the left fielder Murphy for out number 3. Well, nothing doing here as we go 1, 2, 3, and that is the top half of the 5th inning already come and gone. We go now, bottom of 5. San Antonio leads it. It's 1-0. Mission's third baseman, Nate Mondu, coming in as he'll lead us off in the bottom of 5 as that one downstairs, 1-0. 2 right-handed relievers for Springfield, Darlin Saladin and Tyler Brad, now pitching their warm-up tosses. Here's the 1-0 offering. That one downstairs, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one is high fly in the air. Up to left field. That is caught for the out. And that is one down.
Now batting. Catcher, number 4.
Oswaldo Linares coming in now, 1-for-1 single. No ball is doing good on this night. Kids getting ready to go back to school. Back to lunch, get them ready for the bus stop tomorrow. It's going to be a great new year for the kids. The 0-1. That one is a high pop-up. Right there, first base. That's out number 2. Don't forget the remaining kids that are here tonight, the ball game, can run the bases. So we will definitely let them run the bases as they go into tonight. And then it'd be time to go home right after that. Marcos Castañon coming in, a slider outside, 1-0. Get a good night rest before that first day. Right, Bobby?
Yeah, I gotta say, Johnny, always a good thing to get a good night rest.
Yeah, right there, the count now, 1-1 to Castañon. That one is high fly in the air, straight away center, and that ends the ball game. Yeah, I got you right there. That ends the half inning. Major look, making sure y'all are awake. We go to the 6th inning. San Antonio leads it 1-0. Well, as we go to the halfway point here tonight, looking at some pretty good hits for both sides, but most evidently San Antonio stays in the front lead of 1-0. Which a pretty good way to get a Sunday afternoon going here at home. And in the conclusion of the 6-game set against Springfield, just a pretty good time to come out and enjoy a ball game on a end of a weekend. We go top of the 6th inning, and stepping in, number 1. 1-0 San Antonio here in this game. Yep, 31, not number 1. But most evidently, we say hello to Rainiel Rodriguez as he comes up to the plate for Springfield. I was going to say San Antonio, but yeah, right. You're like, yeah, right. Hans Krause, a right-handed reliever, coming in. As he comes in relief for the first time. Here's the old first pitch, and that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. Forgive me for my little stutteriness here tonight. Just learning what I'm saying, and that one outside is ball 1, 1-1. Been like that for the past 6 years. Every day I'm improving. 1-1. Swing and a miss. They got him 1-2. Top of 6. San Antonio leads it 1-0. That one high in the air and out of play. That goes foul. 1-2. Here's a knockout delivery. He yanks that one foul. One and two offering. That one outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count now to Rodriguez as he comes in for the Cardinals. That one is a high pop-up straight away. Romeo Sanabria under it, makes the grab, and that is out number 1. Boy, Sanabria has been really good through this whole 2026 season. And so far, if he gets a call up to AAA, that's great too. That one outside for the ball, 1-0 the count. to Trey Richardson the third. 0 for 1, a ground out. 1 ball, no strikes. 0 for 1 is Richardson. The pitch. Yanks that one foul, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to him, and that one is outside, 2-1. Now, most evidently, pretty good day for the ball clubs. Midland took a 5-4 victory finish against the Frisco Rough Riders. And that one is foul, 2-2. Arkansas 5-2 against Amarillo. Wichita 6-3, the final there, Northwest Arkansas. 2-2. That one high fly, foul. Boy, Corpus Christi leading 1-0 in the bottom of the second inning. San Antonio leading this game 1-0 against Springfield. Pretty good one. Here's a 3-2 offering. Swing and a miss. Got him for strike 3, and that's 2 down.
Left fielder, number 4.
Zach Levinson coming in now. 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. Boy, a lot of 3 up, 3 down innings as we went through the first half of this ball game already, and so far just a pretty good time to see these fans come out one more time this week. Even though we're up in Frisco taking on the Frisco Rough Riders next week. Most definitely will think about y'all while we're gone. We're back on the 18th taking on Northwest Arkansas. High in the air, straight away up to the left field area. Ty Roberts gets over and he'll make the grab, and that is out number 3. Well, we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning, and it's 1-0 San Antonio in the game. Well, we're back after this as the leadoff batter, shortstop Francisco Acuna, will lead it off for the Missions when we come back. Well, we're about set to go for the bottom half of the 6th inning here in San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Francisco Acuna leads it off, 1-2-3. Go ahead there, Bobby. Thank you there, Johnny. And here's the first pitch. That one is in for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Leadoff batter Acuna coming in as 1-0 ball game. A lot of zeros going through the first 6 half innings worth for Springfield. Well, and tell you one thing, just not good when you can't score anything, and a lot of goose eggs on there, right, Johnny? That is for sure there, Bobby. That one is high fly in the air. All outfielders
try to get in there, but it is the second baseman
Now batting.
as he gets in and makes the play for that out. In now is center fielder Kai Roberts. Makes the play, ground ball right there, diving stop. They don't get him, and that will be an infield single.
Left fielder. Kai Murphy.
That'll bring up Kai Murphy next to the plate for San Antonio. As you look at the instant replay, the diving catch, but too late at first as they couldn't get him. That base hit was up to the shortstop. The shortstop was too late to get it delivered to first. Yeah, Bobby. And so far, that was a pretty good play right there. Instant replay showed that it was late to the first base area. That one is high in the air up to center field. And the center fielder makes the grab. And that is out number 2.
Now batting. First baseman. Number.
Well, the first baseman, Romeo Sanabria, coming in 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. So far, nighttime coming on us as we get into the later innings. Good thing it was not an afternoon ball game with all the heat going on, just being under the sun and getting cooked and sunburned in this one. Well, nothing doing here as we go to the 7th inning, and San Antonio leads it 1-0. Well, leading off for Springfield, right fielder Juan Bin Cho comes in. So we welcome you back to the ball game here on this Sunday evening. School night, work night, it's everything above here in this one. The 0-1 offering. And that one yanked foul, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, the count and the pitch. Right there called strike 3, and that is out number 1.
Now batting.
The shortstop is Jesus Baez, 1 for 2 single. Boy, confidence for the right-handed reliever Hans Krause coming in strong.
Nope, that's a ball.
Slider outside, 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. Looking in is the righty, Hans Krause. Hits that one high in the air, straightaway left. Under it is Murphy. And that's out number 2.
Now batting.
Boy, the outs are going fast there, Johnny. And so far, Springfield is running out of time to get something going. That is for sure. And so far, a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings, and so far, nothing doing for them. Trey Page coming in, 0-1 the count now, 2 away and nobody on here in the 7th. And that is in for a strike. It's 0-2. 1-0 San Antonio here in the game. And the pitch. That one is right there. Out of play, foul. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Right there, line drive base hits. And Springfield getting their second hit of the ball game.
Now batting. Third base.
Which that right there was pretty good by number 11, Trey Page. Here is Daniel Ortiz, 0 for 2 and 2 flyouts tonight. As he gets in. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one right there. And that goes to the shortstop, Sanabria. Or the first baseman, Sanabria. And that is out number 3. So now to the 7th inning stretch we go.
San Antonio leads it 1-0.
Now pitching.
Well, we'll have a new right-handed reliever as we get set for the bottom of the 7th inning when we come back. Well, hope you've had your pretty good 7th inning stretch, but now time to get back to the ball game, as here's John Baker. Thank you, Bobby. Darlin Saladin is on the mound for Springfield. A new right-handed reliever is on as a 97 four-seam fastball, slider changeup, and a two-seam fastball gets ready to go for the Springfield Cardinals. Right fielder Braden Carpathio, 0 for 2, coming in. Ready to rock and roll here in this half inning. Here we go. 0-1 the count now as a swing and a miss to the right fielder. We got warm up in the Springfield dugout going on. Or should I say bullpen, but anyway, I get confused between the two. Whether a bullpen or a dugout, but a dugout is where everybody utilizes, and a bullpen is where you have the reserve pitchers and catchers going at it. Yeah. Kind of something you'd see there at DCJ Field. You know, they have it out in the right field area where they warm up toss. You know, they get out there, they warm up, and so far, pretty good on that. Well, that's every minor league baseball stadium. They all have it. So, yeah, pretty good. We'll have it on our right-hand
right field area, left field area. Some would even have a wall between the distance of it. Yep. Here's a pitch. And that one's going to be right there, high in the air. And that's going to get down for the base hit, all the way to the wall. And that's going to be a one-out double for Clay Dungan.
Now batting, third baseman.
Seems like San Antonio wants this game badly, but we look at last night, and boy, Springfield just took the W on a Saturday night. So far, a pretty good one as well. Here's the pitch. As Nate Mondu, the third baseman, comes in. And boy, Friday night, he hit a pretty good two-run shot. It won the ball game. Getting into that one, and so far, a pretty good one. That one is high fly in the air, straight away. Not in time, as that will be out number 2. Runner will be out there at second base, waiting for a base hit or a home run to come in. But here's the catcher, Oswaldo Linares, as he comes in, 1 for 2 with a single. And here's the pitch to him. That one is in for a strike, 0-1. Nighttime coming upon us on school night, work night. Just glad we didn't play an afternoon at 1 o'clock or a 4 o'clock. Because most evidently between one of them 2 times, it would be super hot. But, you know, sun's gone down, and so far now it's starting to get cool on a Sunday night. Here's a 1-2. That one is high in the air. And that is not going to get playable. That will land foul, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. That one yanked foul. One and 2 offering. Right there, ground ball to the shortstop. Throws down to first, and in time, that ends the half inning. Nothing doing as we go to the 8th. San Antonio leads it 1-0. Top half of the 8th inning. Bob, go ahead. Well, the designated hitter is Ian Petrutz as he comes in. Getting set to go for this half inning for Springfield.
What do you got?
And that one right there by Jeff Anderson goes in for a strike. It's 0-1 as they get him out there. And he's going to have a call about that. He is conflicted with that call. I don't know why they would issue that against him. Jeff Anderson, the third base umpire, said he went around. So that tells you one thing, that I think he went around. Well, I don't know. The instant replay should have came in on the top of that. Yeah, for sure. Right there, up to first. As Sanabria gets his man out, and there is one down.
Number 22.
Well, Springfield down to their final 5 outs tonight. Josiah Ragsdale coming in. And here's the pitch. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here in the 8th for Springfield. That one high in the air, out of play. That goes foul. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. That one fouled off and still hanging on. No balls, 2 strikes to count now, and here's the pitch to him. Ball, 3rd strike. They got him down, 2 down. And now Springfield down to their final 4 outs now. Yep, they got 1 more here in this half inning. And then San Antonio will have their bottom half of the 8th inning. And then it'll be up to a decision if Springfield could get something going. They haven't done anything throughout the entire game. Just a lot of goose eggs. 4,130 tonight in attendance. We thank y'all for coming out and having a good time this week. High in the air straight away, up to the second baseman, Verdugo. As that will do, the side retired. No runs on one hit, no errors, and they leave one. So we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. San Antonio leads it 1-0. Second baseman Marcos Castañon coming in now as we lead off the bottom half of the 8th inning for the Missions. And the pitch is out in for a strike. And they're going to contest with that. There's the error right there that Jeff Andrews had made. That ball was way outside. And that was called a strike. That one right there, the count now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch right there, high in the air. Playable as it goes, and it goes foul. 8.5 foot outside the yellow foul pole. And whoa, that just barely took his nose off. Boy, Francisco Acuna waits on deck now. 3-1 the count. And the pitch right there and in for a strike. It's a full count now, 3-2. 3-3 between these two ball clubs. And that is right there through for a base hit. Castañon gets on base. Well, the shortstop Francisco Acuna comes in. 1 for 3 tonight. And here's the pitch right there. A swing and a miss. It's 0-1. 1 for 3 double last time around for San Antonio. Anyway, one more 3 times in the next half inning for Springfield. That one is right there. Line drive. That is a base hit to straightaway center. 2 aboard now. Boy, is Springfield really just tired in this series? Well, I don't know there, Bobby. I mean, I don't think they are, but you look at how much they've not done most of anything is through the 8 innings that have already came and gone. It's really starting to eat them alive. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch offering. High pop up to the third base area. The infield fly rule gets under effect, and that is out number 1. Left fielder Kai Murphy coming in, 0 for 3 ground out in the first inning. First and second, 1 man down, a 1-0 ball game here at Wolf Stadium. Here's the pitch. And that one popped up right there. The catcher gets it. So that's out number 2. Wasted opportunity right there as Murphy just decides to pop it up. So guessing that we are even between the two ball clubs of 2 catchers. How do you figure on that? Well, we're going to have to answer that, but first, the Springfield manager comes out, and that's going to do for number 15 as he is out of this game. Skylar Hales, a right-handed new reliever, is on the mound now for Springfield. And so far, looking pretty snazzy out there as he gets ready to go.
Romeo Sanabria coming in. 0 for 3, strikeout, flyout, and a ground out. Batting in the left-hand batter box. And here's the pitch. Outside. And that's 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0 offering. And that one's popped up high in the air. Up to left field. And that will do it. Well, anyway, that will be it as another 0 comes on this one. We go now to the 9th inning. San Antonio leads it 1-0. Trey Richardson, the third coming in now, the second baseman, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Lead things off here in the 9th inning for the Springfield Cardinals. Right there, ground ball. Sanabria gets it, and that is out number 1. 2 outs left, and so far we got to give a big thank you to our visitors, Springfield. Boy, what an honor it is to see y'all come to San Antonio this year, next year, and the years that go forward here in the Texas League. That one right there in the count now, 0-1. Zach Levittson giving a little talk with home plate umpire Jeff Andrews. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch right there, a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. 2 outs left here in this one. The 0-2 offering, and that one yanked foul. It's 0-2. Kind of reminds me when Midland in 2017 we're up in Tulsa. 1-0 ball game. Boy, 9 complete innings and no score for the Tulsa Drillers that one night. Here's a 1-2 offering. Called strike 3. They got him looking. So the 4th strikeout. And here is the Chinese native, Juan Bin Cho. Here is the pitch. And that one is yanked foul, 0-1. One more out for Springfield. This homestand nearly coming to an end. That one is in for the strike. It's 0-2. One last strike for the Springfield Cardinals. Everybody on their feet. Here's the 0-2 offering. And that one is going to go to the left field area. And that will be a base hit. So they will avoid elimination tonight. A leadoff single as Juan Bin Cho gets on base. Jesus Baez coming in. That one back to the mound. And they throw him out at first, and that's the ball game. San Antonio wins it by 1-0. And that is the homestand. Boy, I tell you one thing, always a good thing to see these fans come in. A lot of high fives and hugs. And for Springfield, thank you all for coming. And safe travels back to Springfield. Great state of Missouri, always a good place. And so far, see you all in a few weeks from now. Well, San Antonio have 6 more games with the Springfield Cardinals there at Blue River. And so far, going to be a pretty good one. Well, anyway, kids will get ready to line up at the first base area. And so far, that will pretty much be it for this homestand. San Antonio takes the W, and so far, a pretty good one. Ty Adcock gets the player of the game. Mason Molina will take the loss for the visiting Springfield Cardinals. And so far, that will do it. Well, we're back on Tuesday, August 18th through the 23rd as we take on the visiting Northwest Arkansas Naturals in a 6-game set. And then it'll be our road travel back to Springfield. And then we head back home to take on Midland. And then Amarillo as well in a road trip. Well, anyway, for all of us here on the Sunday evening, Bobby, got to say, how was this ball game for you?
Oh, well, I got to say, as we say a good night to everybody, and as we wish all the kids and all the parents out there and everybody that's hardworking, every kid getting ready to go back to school tomorrow, hope everybody has a great school year.
That is for sure, and I'm wishing everybody a good school year for all of our little ones and for all the teachers and the parents out there. We want all of our little ones to learn. That is to get straight A's like you have never, ever seen before. Now, for elementary school, junior high, and high school students, it is always important to get those straight A's and to continue onward in success. I mean, that's really important these days as getting going. Well, anyway, we also want to thank our proud affiliates, West Creek Trail Rides of San Antonio, Henry's Buffy Tacos, and Whataburger. It's always served hot and fresh 24/7. And our San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. Get your tickets now for the February 11th home opener there at Frostbank Center in San Antonio. And so far, let's rodeo San Antonio. Yeehaw! Oh, man. But anyway, if y'all check out this year's rodeo, it was really good and fun. And so far, we've seen a lot of bucking horses. And so far, those horses kick high, let me tell you.
Yeah. You also got a lot of people coming from all over, like Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and so many other places as well.
That is for sure there, Bobby. Well, anyway, we thank you guys for coming into the broadcast tonight. Our final score, one last time, San Antonio 1, Springfield nothing. And so far, we just wish everybody a good night. Kids, go learn in school tomorrow and have a good day. Anyway, I'm Jonathan Baker, and alongside with Bob, we are off to Dallas, Texas, in a little town called Frisco, just 6 miles outside of Frisco, just to the north. And so far, Tuesday through Sunday, taking on the Frisco Rough Riders. So anyway, have a good week in Springfield. Safe travels back to Springfield, Missouri. And best of luck. We'll see you all in a couple of weeks.